America and Europe, listen closely. Many of the people running your countries aren't leaders. They're puppets. Some of them, they're even criminals. In Europe, you've got Trudeau avatars, Macron, Ursula von der Leyen, Antonio Costa, Kaja Kallas, polished faces, zero backbone. And two of them are corrupt politicians who should have been jailed in their own nations. But hey, they were promoted to the EU because puppets are easier to control. While they smile for the cameras, whole nations are being hollowed out. Europe is collapsing socially through uncontrolled immigration and is being dragged into war. The UK is crumbling faster than anyone thought was possible. And here's where America comes in. Those same fake leaders in Europe aren't just hollowing out their own nations, they're dragging the world towards war. With some American politicians as the backup. Our own bought and paid for warmongers, fattened by the weapons industry. They're ushering us straight into war. Meanwhile, in America, student debt is crushing an entire generation. Healthcare costs are out of control. And the people in charge, what are they doing? Well, they're pocketing money, reading scripts, and pretending to care. But I want to let you in on an open secret. We don't have to live like this. Right now, we could walk out and assemble a team of leaders who've never been in politics. Business owners, parents, men and women who've hired, fired, signed paychecks, raised families, and carried real responsibility. And you know what I'm saying, citizen leaders. We can take America back. We can bring the centrist left and the centrist right together. The hard left and the hard right, they'll eventually come around. But the middle, the people who actually care about safe communities, strong education, and meaningful jobs, well, they'll get behind it. And it's not just talk either. Within 3 months, we can cut student debt dramatically with tax incentives for employees to hire graduates, who then get their debt relieved if they stay employed for a certain amount of time. We can slash healthcare costs by 70 to 80% without destroying quality and without lowering doctors' wages. And no one loses, not even the mega corporations. And believe me, it's possible. Just look at Iceland. They threw an entire government out and replaced it with citizens who had to keep their jobs and their businesses because they ran the country without getting paid for it. And it worked. That's leadership. Not the fake scripted theater that we see in today's politicians. I'm sick of it. Seriously, if you or I stood in front of Macron, von der Leyen, Kallas, or Keir Starmer, we would have a hard time looking at them and even taking them seriously. Why? Because we know what frauds they are. Zero integrity, zero real-world experience, bought and paid by the highest bidder, gutting their countries with a smile, lying to the cameras, knowing that they're lying. We know they're lying. Everyone knows they're lying. And still, they play the role. That's the epitome of a puppet who does whatever they must to protect their power and their money, even if it means destroying an entire nation. And yet, we're supposed to call them leaders? I don't think so. In the end, we don't need them anyway, because the real leaders, they're already here. They're you and they're me, and they're the ones who sacrifice, who build, who actually care. What we really need now are citizens leaders, rooted in honesty, integrity, and transparency, to step up and run nations the way they run their homes and their businesses, responsibly, fairly, and with courage. That's how we save our countries. That's how we save America. And that's how we can take America back again. But for real this time. You with me? Won't you join me on Patreon for more?